I don't know about you, but I don't have $1,000 to spend on a phone. This is a Xiaomi A1, probably your next smartphone. You may have not heard about Xiaomi, but you surely did hear about Google, and this is a project both of these companies have been cooking up together. Xiaomi did a very good job in last years bringing amazing smartphones at crazy prices, and while Google certainly noticed them and they saw a great opportunity, so they decided to make a collaboration with them through the Android One project, and so this project was announced. Spoiler alert, it's amazing. This July Xiaomi announced the Xiaomi Mi 5X, which is the exact same phone with the same design, the same specs, but running MIUI UI, which is their own skin put on top of Android. But later in September they held another event where they stated their collaboration with Google that has been happening for a few months, and so this product was announced, which is another Xiaomi Mi 5X but running stock Android this time, and they called it the A1. Let's get the specs out of the way. So what we have here is a Snapdragon 625 processor running at 2 GHz, accompanied by the Adreno 506 graphics, 4GB of RAM, 64GB of internal storage, which are expandable via microSD, and all this package is powered by a 3080 mAh battery. I'll touch on the performance later on. Now I'd like to talk about the design, because I think it's a very important part of a phone since you'll have to see it every day. It has to look good. Second spoiler alert, if you don't like iPhones, you should close your eyes for 1 second. So I think the design is a matter of personal taste. While it does look very similar to the iPhone 7 Plus, in my opinion I don't think it was a bad mirror for Xiaomi to look into. If you copy something, then copy something good, and I consider that to be the case here. I see it as a very beautiful design all the way around. It has really nothing to envy on iPhone or any other smartphone for that matter. The metal unibody design, the rounded edges, the 2.5D thing on the display, although it's not as pronounced as I liked. As I said, it's a very beautiful phone. Wait, what? Who in their right mind will want garbage on their phone? Really, isn't there any other way to tell your consumers they can't throw their phones? Anyways, I don't want to trash them so hard. Getting to the point. We have the power button on the right side, in the right spot, and the volume markers are on the top of that. We have the dual SIM / microSD hybrid slot on the left, which I have to say I'm a big fan of. What else? We have an IR blaster on the top. I bet your iPhone doesn't have that. Lastly, we have USB Type-C on the bottom, a speaker, and a headphone jack. And I'm gonna shut up. No, I won't. I really want to address this thing really quickly. I actually looked it up, and this phone is slightly smaller than the iPhone 7 Plus, and it has the exact same thickness as the iPhone 7 Plus. So yeah, they could have put it in there. By the way, this phone has even a slightly larger battery than the iPhone 7 Plus, but I'll get to that later on. Don't get me wrong, I'm not an Apple hater or anything. I really appreciate them, but if you still believe that lie that you didn't fit in there, here's proof it can. Moving on. On the back of this phone we have a dual lens camera system, a dual tone LED flash, the fingerprint scanner, which for me is in the best position and it works really well, and we have the Xiaomi logo, that garbage can we talked about earlier, and the Android One logo as well. On the front we have 3 illuminated capacitive buttons, which I really appreciate. Since we have a slightly big chin on the bottom, at least use it, don't eat off my screen, so good job on that, Xiaomi. All in all, it's a very beautiful and practical design. Speaking of the display, we have a 5.5 inches IPS LCD display with a resolution of 1920 by 1080 and a pixel density of 403 ppi. It's a very good panel. All numbers aside, unless you have a bionic eye or something, you won't need more than this. It's a great display, you have good colors, you have good brightness, good viewing angles. At the end of the day, you have to contextualize this package according to the price, but I can tell you it's a good display. Yeah, it's not as fancy as the new large bezel-less displays, but it's perfectly functional, and I'm telling you, I prefer this many times over many other wannabe bezel-less displays phones out there. Media consumption is good, the display is more than enough, and the speaker delivers quite good sound, although it's positioned at the bottom, so you can block it depending on the way you hold your phone. But all in all, a very good and functional media consumption experience. Switching to media creation, as I said, we have a dual camera system on the back formed by a pair of 12 megapixel cameras, one 26mm shooting at f2.2 and a 50mm shooting at f2.6. I would have liked to see a wider aperture on these lenses, but hey, at this price I'm surprised we even got a dual camera system that actually works. And I have to say, it's a pretty good one, like pretty good. This sensor is capable of some really good pictures. Photos in good lighting are sharp, clean and really vibrant, although you can notice a slight oversaturation in some cases. The HDR does a good job of recovering the details, but it does cause a little lag using it when taking the picture. I won't stress low lighting photography too much, because come on, what do you expect from a smartphone sensor in low light? Even my Panasonic G7 struggles in low light, and it has a Micro Four Thirds sensor. All I have to say is that it's acceptable if you need to take a picture in low light. That high aperture can really be noticed here. The 2x zoom is a really nice feature and can be really useful in some situations. It gives you two perspectives on the same spot. Both sensors are 12 megapixels, so you have the same quality on both of them, but keep in mind that the telephoto one has a higher aperture, so as soon as the light goes away, so does its usefulness. The portrait mode on this device is one of the best I've seen, even on a higher spectrum of smartphones. It probably doesn't match the iPhone here, but it certainly is a very good budget alternative. I've seen many attempts at this portrait mode thing on many smartphones, but this one I have to say is the best I've seen, even for the double the price. It does a really good job blurring the background. Obviously it does have some mid spots, but hey, it's a smartphone sensor. Something to keep in mind, it tends to work better with humans than with objects. But all in all, it is a very good experience. The video camera is quite good as well. It can record in 4K at 30 FPS and the quality is really good for the price, although the lack of image stabilization is very visible here. The 5 megapixels front-facing camera delivers quite good photos too. It may not have a wide view angle, but it's more than enough for the occasional social media photo. The camera app is well done. It has plenty of features like slow motion at 720p, long exposure, beauty mode, a manual mode and so on. It has a nice design and it works fine, although it sometimes lags from the moment you press the shutter to the moment it takes the photo, but that could be fixed through a software update. I say it again, I really haven't seen anything this good at this price. All in all, a great camera. Software, here's where Google joins the party. I love Xiaomi, but if I dislike something about them, that would be the software. It's not that it's bad or anything, I just don't like it. It's a matter of personal taste. I own a Redmi Note 4 and the first thing I did was installing Nova Launcher. But anyways, all those problems are gone here, as Google put a version of stock Android on it. And that's just amazing. More precisely, we have Android 7.1.2 here without any bloatware or anything. And this is one of the first devices besides the Pixel to get Android 8.0 Oreo. My Redmi Note 4 still runs on Android 6.0 Marshmallow, so just so you can get an idea of how important this is. The fact that you can get your updates straight from Google when they come out is amazing. You'll get the latest features of Android and all the security patches first. There's really nothing to explain about the software, it's just stock Android. The only touch of Xiaomi here is on the camera app, which is theirs as they had to make it work for the dual cameras, and the remote control app to use the Aerial Blaster, and both of them are great apps. Obviously all those great specs plus the stock Android deliver an amazing experience. The performance is on top. You really have nothing to complain about it, it just works, the animations are smooth, multitasking is great with those 4GB of RAM. Even with the new features of Android like multi-window, it doesn't have any problem and it can handle even the most demanding games out there. It's just a pleasure to use, I haven't seen any lag or any stutters, it just flies through everything. And again, that software and specs combo delivers a very good battery life. I won't tell you how many hours is it going to last because that depends on your use. I can tell you that on my use, which is slightly browsing, WhatsApp, few YouTube videos and calorie managing, I haven't got any problems getting to the end of the day. And I don't need more than that, as I plug it in every night when I go to sleep either way. So in my period of testing, it takes about 2 hours to charge. Something you should know though, this phone supports Quick Charge 3.0, but the charger Xiaomi provides here is not capable of it. So if you want to take advantage of the technology available in this smartphone, you will have to use a Quick Charge 3.0 capable charger. I don't know why Xiaomi didn't include the charger in the box, but hey, I thought you should know. Other things about this phone, well, it doesn't have NFC. I have to say I never used it or felt the need to use it, but if that's important to you, then you should keep that in mind as well. It comes in 3 colors: black, which is my favorite, gold, and rose gold, which is the model I have here. Okay, so as for this moment, this entire package comes at a price between 200 and 250 bucks, depending on the website you buy from, where you live, the shipping you need, and if you have to pay any customs or not. I ordered it from HonorBuy because they have a warehouse here in Europe, so it was easier for me as I didn't have to pay any customs, and I got it for a total of 239 bucks, which is a pretty good deal, but as I said, that would vary depending on those factors. Although, since this is an Android One project, Xiaomi said that it will be available in about 37 countries, and it already started in Hong Kong, Taiwan, and India, I think. So if you live in one of those countries, lucky you. If not, then you'll have to wait, or you'll have to import it, and all that comes with that. Let's recap. The good stuff: we have good specs. We have 4 GB of RAM, 64 GB of internal storage, we have a very efficient processor, we have a beautiful design, and the build quality is pretty top notch. We have a nice display, very good camera, headphone jack, god, I can't believe I'm saying that. We have stock Android, a fast fingerprint scanner, and an amazing price. But as with everything, there's a bad part too, and the bad stuff is that we don't have NFC, we have no waterproofing, which is quite a common feature these days. The charger that comes in the box is not quick charge capable. We have that garbage can on the back, I don't understand why. And the availability for now, I have to say, it's not the best. In my opinion, it doesn't get any better than this. The closest competition from Motorola or Huawei, it just doesn't deliver the same package for the price. I still recommend this phone without any hesitation, and I'm pretty sure that you'll love it. Anyways guys, I really hope that this review was useful for you and that you didn't just waste 10 minutes of your lifetime watching me for nothing. I thank you for watching, and if you like what you saw, please give a like on this video, maybe consider subscribing to this channel. It will mean a lot to me and it will help me make more videos like this and even better than this. So again, thank you for watching, and until next time, take care.